Alright everyone, and welcome to another week of League Racing highlights, and the timestamps are in the description as usual. As you can see, 2 races at Monaco coming up this week, so yeah, that could be very interesting indeed. And yeah, the first of those is here in Formula Xbox, round 6 of the season, and yeah, obviously it should be alright because I think Monaco is my best track on the calendar, so hoping for some very good results at, well, the 2 races we're doing at those tracks, and yeah, the other one coming up in Apollo. So yeah, on to this one, and we didn't do too great last time out in Spain because of, well, I say wet conditions, but yeah, I say that like it was the rain's fault or something, that I'm not as good in the wet, but yeah, we just weren't as quick in those conditions, and yeah, it was rather lacklustre race for us there, qualifying and finishing in 7th position. But I do think we can do better here, kind of basing it off of the F1 League where we took pole position and the win, hoping for the same here again. There's no rain forecast this time either, so I was hoping things might be a bit more straightforward. As our initial lap time there, well, it wasn't our initial, it was our one of our lap times there with a 13.6. I thought I could go a lot quicker than that, but then into Portier we go a little bit too tight into the corner and we lose our front right, and that means we are going to be starting down in 7th place then, and a 13.6 was definitely not the best I could have done there. Obviously, as we've seen before, I've been in like sort of, I think it was a 12.4 I did in the F1 League, so it would have been challenging for pole probably, but the mighty midget there took a fantastic pole position there from F1 Maestro, and our teammate was 3rd. So yeah, very easy one stop this one. Tyre wear is really not much of an issue at all, and I actually underfueled the car a lot for this one, partly expecting a safe car and also because you don't really use up too much fuel around here. As the lights are coming on now, away we go then in Monaco, and it is a pretty good start there actually. I think Norm may have disconnected before the start there, so that's allowed us to go straight past him then and into 6th position there. And interestingly, Azar crashed out qualifying, and he ended up on a different set of tyres to the ones he set his best time on, so he's on super softs then when everyone else around him is on the ultra soft, so that could play an interesting part in this early part of the race then, as yeah, looks like we're staying in 6th for the time being then. And as you see, he was very slow. I think he picked up front wing damage at some point as well, and that allowed Midget and Maestro to pull away quite a bit early on, and Casey finally managed to get past him. We dived on the inside of Luke there because we were sort of getting a bit impatient waiting for him to make his move as well, so yeah, we sort of decided we're trying to go for it there and maybe catch him out while he was trying to look for somewhere to pass him, but then the safety car actually comes out on the very next lap, so that'll make things interesting. But unfortunately we're going to have to queue up behind our teammate who's got a front wing change probably, so I think he just changes the wing angle there, so we don't lose as much time. But out of the pits then, and weird lag on there because he's just reappeared there right in front of us, and we have somehow, oh, there's a Renault inside us, and yeah, we somehow ended up ahead of Luke in all that. So I really don't know how that happened there, how we ended up literally right behind our teammate when we had to queue behind him, but yeah, Cody's, what more can you say? As we're in 11th place then, but some more people are going to pit before the safety car comes in, and as you see we are 7th then for the restart with I don't know who's leading it. Actually it'll be Maestro, I think, because he was in the lead of the race before that. As yeah, we're back racing again then. We actually went for the super soft tyres there. I did believe these would get to the end. Most other people went for the soft tyres. I think only the mighty midget went for the super soft tyres as well, out of the sort of the leading people. So yeah, we'll see what we can do on them. I do think that we can hopefully gain a few positions. I do think there are a few places we can go for, well, one place maybe, 1 or 2 places maybe where we can go for overtakes. As we see up ahead there, Sinan has tried to overtake Clippers Jack into Mirabeau and has got it a bit wrong there, and just run Jack straight into the wall, and that is his race over, so a big shame for him there. And obviously wasn't a malicious move from Sinan, but yeah, just a mistimed one on his part, and yeah, that moves us up then into 6th position, and in fact Joe is going to give us the place there, so I was very generous of him there. We're on a better tyre, so he's going to let us try and push up the field a little bit here, probably knowing that this is one of the few tracks so I might actually be quicker than him at, As on to lap 15 then, we're right on the back now then as Sinan, and we're on the same tyres actually, so he was on super softs as well. Towards Nuva, I'm not sure if he backed out there, just because I had a good run on him or not, but yeah, we managed to get through there anyway and up into 4th position. Then on lap 16, the very next lap actually, right onto the back of Casey now, then I'm going to try and lunge on the brakes there. We lock up big time, get it sideways, but somehow avoid any contact, luckily. And yeah, on to lap 17 then, where we get a very good run there at Casino Square, and we may have a look at him here towards Mirabeau. We've got him, we've locked up, try not to do what Sinan did, but luckily not. We brushed the wall, somehow didn't get any kind of major damage from that, but we're still sort of side by side there because we got it wrong, and he is still there on our inside now, trying to retake that position. But we should have a good drive out of Portier, I think, and into the tunnel. And I think round the outside here, we are just about going to take the position then and up onto the podium. So yeah, some rather edgy stuff there, and luckily it worked out in the end. As on to the next lap then, we clip that wall, do a full 360, get it going again very quickly, but lose that place again. So a very eventful few laps going on here, as on to what I think is actually, yeah, the next lap, and we're in the 15 once again then through the tunnel. We're going to dive up the inside then into the chicane. We do a bit of a Perez there, we sort of just blocked the line for him, and he had to go across the chicane, and like Alonso in 2013 had to give the position back. So yeah, we are through into 3rd then. Quite aggressive overtake from us there, but yeah, we managed to get it done. And in fact on lap 27, Mighty Midget has crashed out the race then, trying to pass Maestro, and that is us up into 2nd place. And yeah, with all that battling going on in the early part of the race and after the safety car, Maestro ran away with it after that, and yeah, he took a dominant victory here. But we take 2nd place, which I'm happy with, from 7th on the grid. Shame that I messed up in qualifying really and sort of probably ruined the chance of a win, but still 2nd place there, very good. Unfortunately, we'll now be missing 3 races of Formula Xbox due to the upcoming holiday, which will probably be over by the time this gets uploaded. So yeah, the championship standings are on your screen right now, and yeah, constructors and drivers will both be there. And yeah, that is it for this week of Formula Xbox. Moving on then to the Apollo League, and yeah, this looks familiar, and it is. We're once again at Monaco then for round 7 of the season then, and next up after this we've got Monza as well. So yeah, once again a little bit some tweaks to the calendar here, and yeah, 2 races you don't often see together on the calendar. Yeah, now together on the calendar then, as we see them 1-shot qualifying, and obviously only one chance then to get a lap right around here, and maybe one of the hardest tracks to actually try and get pole position at, because yeah, it's like I said really before, you know, you want to try and not bin it, but like you also want to try and be aggressive, because it's like your one chance of pole position, or like to get a good qualifying result. So yeah, like here more than ever, it's like really challenging to try and get the best qualifying possible, but we'll see how we can do. I was quite confident that I could get pole position here. As I said last time, like obviously we got it in the F1 League, and even though I messed it up in former Xbox, try not to let that try not to let that distract me in this one, as we are going to come to the line then. Let's see what it is, and it is actually pole position for us then. Not even that great a time really, I don't think, 13.5, but yeah, obviously the pressure of one shot I think shows on everyone, like on a track like this. And yeah, we see Jack Spire in 2nd and Feely in 3rd. Our teammate unfortunately crashing, I think, in that session, and yeah, he is down in 12th place on the grid then, as we've got the lights coming on now. Away we go then, and our initial launch wasn't too bad I think, but we just had a bit of wheel spin there, and Jack Spire getting alongside us and into turn 1. We've hopped over the curve, we've banged wheels slightly, and in fact it looks like he has got the better start then and taken the lead. So not what we really needed there, but I do think that we are going to be quicker in the race, so if we sort of bide our time, I think it's not the end of the world for us, and we may be able to go for a move somewhere. And in fact at the end of the lap then, we are having a look at him round the outside in turn 1, and yeah, bad memories last season trying to pass around the outside there, but luckily he gave us room that time. and yeah, maintains the position. And yeah, on to lap 7 then. This was probably my best chance here then, like through the tunnel and into the Nouvelle chicane. And this was the first time I sort of got really close to him. He went defensive there, so I tried to go around the outside, get it slowed down, not really given much space there across the chicane. And out of the chicane we go, then he's moved across and put us in the wall, and we've lost our front wing. It's just, once again, it seems like we are destined not to do well here in Apollo at Monaco. And yeah, it's almost a carbon copy of last season, except we're still running. Like, it was even a Renault that we were trying to overtake the lead as well. So yeah, we come in then for a front wing change and our one and only stop of the race then. And I mean, the frustrating thing is that, like, we could have probably even tried to overcut him or undercut him in this race to try and get the lead, and it may well have worked. So yeah, that was frustrating, but I mean, we had the run, and so I think it was a perfectly fair move that I went for, but yeah, just didn't pan out well at all. As we skip on to lap 9 then, where we've got 2 cars yet to pit. Stealth Backwards and Sirlane, and Stealth Backwards has pretty much come to a stop there in the hairpin, so not sure what that was all about. But yeah, we're into Portier now then, and Sirlane is going to give us a place there, so it was nice for him to do that. And yeah, we can now go after Stealth Backwards then in the manner, who should be pitting. He hasn't pitted yet, neither has Sirlane actually, so yeah, they'll both be in quite soon, but we want to clear them quite quickly because it does seem that we are quite a bit quicker than them. As they're through to back then, and we're closing right up to the back of him then, and into the swim section. He's braked about 2 miles before the corner there, and we have lost an end plate. And then the virtual safety car actually comes out, so that allows us to actually make a pit stop now then, and go back onto the ultra soft tyres. So I mean, there's that, but like, even with the virtual safety car, we've had to come in again, and we're probably going to, you know, lose out on some positions because of it. So yeah, massively frustrating. I couldn't believe that this race, you know, was getting away again. So yeah, out of the pits we are going to come in a second. 9.3 was our stop, and yeah, we're going to be down in 8th position then, as out we come then, and the virtual safety car is still out. So yeah, that was a good pit stop to make them, I guess, considering we had damage. And yeah, ended just as we came out the pits there. On to lap 10 then, and we so nearly it happens again there, as he just slows down right in the middle of the track as he's pulling over. But yeah, we're up in 7th place then, and very quickly we caught up to Payne then, who was on the soft tyres. I don't know why you would on the 25% race, but yeah, I think pretty much any tyre really could get you the full race distance on 25. But yeah, it does mean that we're closing up to him quite quickly then, because soft tyres are going to be quite slow, I'd imagine. And yeah, we have a great run then towards the Nouvelle chicane, round the outside. That's how you do it. And yeah, we're up into 6th position then, with our teammate next up the road, and he has spun unfortunately. So yeah, we are up into 5th position now. And then on to lap 15, where we've closed up to the back of Vapid Coupe now, and he's on super soft tyres. Obviously most people will be on super soft at this point, having qualified on ultras, so yeah, we'll be quite a bit quicker than some people, I would think, because he just goes into the wall there. And yeah, no contact on my screen, but he's gone spinning out somewhere. So yeah, he was lagging quite a bit. So yeah, I guess that was explain that a little bit there. As by lap 17 then, we've caught up to Frozen Gamer as well. So look at this, we're looking at a podium after going through the pits twice with damage. And we dive inside into Mirror, but we get slowed down just about. And yeah, we're just about ahead, but he's still there. He's going to lunge back out the inside into the hairpin, and just, yeah, does a Kimi Räikkönen from 2014 there. Just either way, like, it was a wall. A wall was coming there. So yeah, that was just making me even more frustrated really with this race. And we are now closing up the back of them. Then we're going to lunge into the Nouvelle chicane like we've been doing. And yeah, I wasn't really in much mood for, you know, leaving much space there. It was either, you know, you can crash into me or just go to the chicane was my sort of my mentality there. So yeah, we got ourselves up into 3rd position. And yeah, again, I'm happy with the comeback, but yeah, like, I mean, I'm partly to blame for messing up the start, but I already feel that those incidents were just not good. And Jack actually did get a penalty, which moved us up to second place then, but still. Yeah, well done to Fee for the win. And yeah, second place then for us in the end. Our teammate was in 7th. And yeah, overall just a rather frustrating race for us then, having qualified on pole position. But moving on now then to the Italian Grand Prix, round 8 of the season. As I say, moved a bit earlier on in the calendar then. And yeah, this is a track that's quite notorious to me for being quite unlucky, I would say. And yeah, it wasn't too bad last season actually. We got ourselves on the podium, so yeah, hoping for something like that again. But yeah, we really could do with taking a victory here. As I say, we're missing 4 races after this, so we could really do with as good a points lead as possible. And yeah, Jack's Bar took pole then for this one from Payne, and then it was Frozen and Coote, so an all Renault and Red Bull front 2 rows. As the lights are coming on now then. Away we go then, and it is a good start I think from us, I think. And we're having a look then at Vapicoot on the outside, sorry, towards turn 1, but he's lagging about quite a lot, like he was in Monaco. And Jamie James, I think that is, and my god, that was just a bit of a crazy accident there, as everyone was just bouncing around, and we've got ourselves front wing damage from that. And yeah, we're losing places now then. So Rudsters, Feely has gone through. It looks like Elusive Kev is alongside us. Our teammates right there as well. And towards the Roger chicane then. And looks like Kev has outbraked himself there actually and gone across the chicane. And we're going to move ourselves and back up into 6th position with that one. As yeah, across the line then to begin lap 3, and we've got Sirlane then on the soft tyres here. Then he's got the slipstream towards the first corner, and yeah, he goes right outside then and into 5th place. Looks quicker than us at this point, so yeah, it wasn't too surprising there. And yeah, we luckily managed to stick in the slipstream here then, and maybe have another look at him here down up towards the Ascari chicane. And yeah, I guess that's one upside of Owen's wing damage. It may help your top end speed a little bit, but yeah, it was hurting us a little bit in this one, unfortunately. And yeah, we make a mistake there at Ascari. He's going to be alongside us once again here then, and 3 goes back up into 5th position. Someone's crashed out the race somewhere near the back. I'm not sure who that was there. As yeah, we're heading now then round the Parabolica, and the safety car gets deployed, so we lunge for the pit straight away, slowing it down, and just about, I cannot tell you how close that was, but yeah, we like literally right on the line we got it down to 50, so that was incredibly lucky there. And I actually checked the thing then just to make sure, but yeah, we come in then for our stop, change that front wing, get the soft tyres on, and that is really going to help us because of what I said about last week with the Delta. You only get it until you cross the line, and those people at the front has already started a new lap, so they're going to have that Delta for the rest of the lap, and they're going to lose a lot of time. And in fact, there was actually an instant up ahead for the lead, I think, between, he's called Jamie James and also Jack's Bar, so they've lost that massively. And at the restart, it's Frozen from Feely, and then we're up to 3rd with, I think, Frozen on the soft tyres, Feely on the mediums. We were on soft tyres. I did feel that those could go to the end from here. As we restart then, and Frozen trying that little weaving tactic again, but hasn't worked out as well this time then. And Feely looks like he's going to take lead, hit it into turn 1. We're coming through there as well, and in fact he's moved across back to take the apex and not really realised that we were sort of there. So yeah, we have spun again. We've got grass in our tyres, and I was getting really frustrated at this point. And yeah, I just bin it with grass on my tyres. So yeah, that was just like I'm done moment there. And there goes Sirling as well. So yeah, obviously down to 11th place then, go back on super soft tyres, and there's an instant ahead of us there as Kev and Taz collide while they're battling for 9th position, so that moves us up into 9th. And Frozen Gamer's actually crashed out the race, not sure what happened to him. And then right at the end, Stealth Aqua's meters from the line also crashes out, so yeah, it looks like we are going to come through then and take 7th in this race. So I mean, could have been worse, but also could have been a lot better for us, really, considering we really needed that gap in the championship. But yeah, Jack Spar takes a win then from Feely, who comes through then from 12th on the grid. I didn't even realise that, so it was a good drive from him there. And Payne completed the podium in 3rd. And yeah, I can finally show you then the championship standings. Here they are. And yeah, a very slender lead then, considering we're now missing 4. So yeah, we're hoping when we get back we can, well, try and get back to Championship League, because I can't imagine we're still going to have it by then. But yeah, that then is it for this week's Apollo. On to the final race for today then, and it is the F1 League. Round 11 of the season is the Hungarian Grand Prix. And yeah, now starting the second half of the season in this one. So yeah, things starting to get interesting then in terms of the championship. So yeah, we'll see how the main protagonist can do in this one. We're sort of playing, I think, more of a supporting role at this point, really. Mainly, I guess, for our teammate, but also, you know, in the battle for 4th, maybe, I think, in the Drivers' Championship. And also, we want to try and get the Constructors if we can, because I think that both me and Maestro are quick enough to be able to, you know, challenge for it. So yeah, hopefully we can put some good work towards that at least. And yeah, see what we can do here. We had a very good race here last season. I think we finished 2nd, if I remember right. And yeah, we obviously took a win here. Our only win on the F1 2015 game around this track in this league in season 3. So yes, a track that has served me well, particularly in this league. So hopefully it will do so again here today, as we're coming around then to finish our lap. We qualified on the super soft tyres then. I was quite confident that would be the right way to go with this one. Seems that most others did as well. So we come to the line then, we go provisionally 4th at that time, but we do get moved down to 7th by the end then, with Case Legend actually taking pole from James, and then Maestro in 3rd. So an all James top 3 there. Never even noticed that. But yeah, Luke was in 4th then. Commando and Azar for the next cars there in front of us, with the new driver Jork there in 8th. The strategy then looking like, as I expected, really, one stint on each tyre. And once again for this one, I underfueled the car quite a bit, because I find that you don't really use a lot around this track, and also there is a possibility for a safety car as well. So I think I put in -3 eventually. But yeah, I've got lights coming on now then. Away we go, and or not maybe for some people. And yeah, we've lost our front wing. So yeah, what a great start that was then. And yeah, Cody's just showing what a wonderful game this is yet again. Like, we just see this every week, don't we? They just show us once again why their game is so amazing. Like, they did an amazing job with it, didn't they? And yeah, we're down to 11th place already then, with no front wing, and we're going to have to come in for a stop then, obviously, at the end of this lap. And yeah, that's pretty much race ruined already for us then, unless a safety car comes out, but it doesn't look like there is going to be one. Everyone is still going in this race, it looks like. And yeah, we come in then at the end of the lap, and it's kind of exposed a bit of a mistake I made really with my tyre choice for this one, because like my thinking was I'd only need one set of each tyre for my strategy, so I went softer so I could do 3 runs in qualifying and get myself as high at the grid as possible. But yeah, you can't do the strategy I had planned if you have to pit on lap 1. So yeah, I pretty much had to restart that strategy and go onto the super soft tyres again here, and just try and push during this first part of the race, and then go on to the tyres I'd planned to later. So yeah, a bit of a mistake on my part there. Maybe should have predicted something bad might happen, as it so often can. But yeah, I never really believed the slipstream glitch was a thing until sort of now. Like you saw there, I literally gained on him in no way at all, even though I was running in rich. Oh, I am running 10.8 wings, so he may have been running like a lot less aero, but yeah, still, it seems pretty crazy that I had literally no slipstream on him there when I was running in rich, and would have had a much better drive out of the corner than him. And yeah, we see we make a mistake there, so this race really is not going well for us at all. We're down in last position, and we're on super soft tyres, while those people in front of us who have pitted are on the mediums. So yeah, this is really turning to quite a disaster then, as we finally do get a good run then once we get the DRS there, and through we go into 13th position, and we'll see if we can catch up to those other couple who are on the mediums as well then. One of them is Jork. I think we've got Azar as well, and I think Turnover had pitted at this point as well. I think he had another incident afterwards, so yeah, he's come in now as well. So we lunge up the inside into the chicane there. Quite an aggressive move, but one I sort of had to do there really, because yeah, I just had to get through really. And into the pits we come then for another stop then on lap 9. So yeah, it really has not worked out for us at all there then, as we're going to be going on to the soft tyres as was initially planned for us. And yeah, just hoping that at some point a safety car is going to come out and you know, give us some help in this race, but yeah, no sign of it at this point now, as we rejoin them once again down in last position, 14th place out of the 14 runners, and we catch up to the back of everyone's favourite Hamilton fan. So yeah, we caught him at the worst place possible as well, in the middle sector, as he makes a completely pointless move under braking there into the chicane. And yeah, we're following them through this S section, and yeah, he's just taking a bus tour around Budapest at this point, but yeah, unfortunately nowhere to overtake there. But we're going to get a good run out of this corner then, see if we can get him down into this right hander. We're going to look to the inside, he just completely moves under braking again, so we're going to run around the outside, and yeah, he's just going to run us off the road and into the barriers, and we've got front wing damage. So yeah, what a fantastic move once again, but I mean, who's surprised? Yeah, nobody. And yeah, we're last then with front wing damage and another pit stop still to make. And yeah, he makes the same move again, like he didn't even realise what had happened the last time. He just does the same thing again and completely ruins his line. We cut back, he's now going to try and run us as wide as possible, but we get through there. And yeah, we take 13th position then for now, and unfortunately he's not going to get DRS on us, so yeah, he's probably going to come back at us here then, but obviously I'm not really going to allow for that. And yeah, we go defensive then towards turn 1, and yeah, he can't get through there. Even he couldn't go for a lunge there, so yeah, we maintain a position. So yeah, we come in then on lap 20 for our final stop, which will be onto the medium tyres, as probably was going to be planned initially. And yeah, well, these will get us to the end, but like comfortably they should do anyway, because yeah, the soft tyres did 11 laps, so medium should do 15, as we've got another front wing change then because of that fantastic driving from Tucson. And out of the pits we come then once again in last position. So yeah, we've been seeing a lot of this then today, unfortunately, well, in this race anyway. And we've on to the back of him again, but before he's even done another pit stop. And yeah, we get a very good run there, so he goes defensive very early, so we're just going to go around the outside here, comfortably ahead. Then he just accelerates into the corner, runs us off track. We're onto the grass and we nearly bin it into the barriers. What a fucking idiot. It has to be said, he pits there. Like, he didn't even need to do that. That was not a battle he needed. And he made some shitty excuse about, oh, he can't drive properly on the pad. Well, don't use it then. Just don't even bother racing, and don't even make ridiculous moves if you can't drive properly. Just, you know, get right. It doesn't even matter if you're slow, but don't run people off the track or just make ridiculous moves under braking if you cannot drive properly with a pad. How hard is that to, you know, grasp? Like, seriously. As yeah, we're down in 12th position then. That is how the race ends. Nothing more happens from that. Just a really lackluster race. Just ridiculous driving as well from Hamilton fan. And yeah, 12th position, no points. And yeah, I don't normally get like too annoyed at this. Like, I don't like to hold personal grudges over this because it just really is stupid to do so. But when you watch someone just being that ridiculous on a constant basis, and just having the audacity to like blame other people for it as well, is just unbelievable. Like, never learning from the mistakes either. It is just, I don't even know what to say. But well done to Warden for his win with a 1 stop, so that has to be applauded, for 12th on the grid. Our teammate was 2nd, so well done to him for that one. And yeah, the championship standings will be on the screen for you now, hopefully. So yeah, that is it then for this one. As I said, I should be actually back from holiday by the time this one goes up, so I should be sort of back on track then, and I can upload like that week, well, week 19, like when I actually finish week 19. So yeah, look out for that one sort of later on in the week, probably around Thursday, Friday. Thank you for watching this one, and yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, and see you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.